You are listening to the Outlaw Podcast with me, your host, Andrea Hall. I am a certified equine gestalt coach, speaker, 3-time author, and lawyer. I help women lawyers who are miserable in their career, struggling with mental and emotional health issues, wanting to have fun in their lives, and struggling to be selfish. After fulfilling my dream of being a criminal defense attorney and opening my own law practice right out of law school, I thought I had it all. While at the height of my career, my 18-month-old puppy died, and I thought, what am I killing myself for? Sometime later, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and my world turned upside down. It was in that moment I realized something had to change. This podcast is about sharing my journey with you about what is possible in your life outside the legal profession, stopping the adulting and being able to play as a child, inspiring you to dream again. Let the journey begin. Welcome back to another episode of Outlaw. I'm your host, Andrea Hall. Thank you. I know there is something better. Sometimes the hard knocks can really get you down, like way down. And this weekend, I was watching Super Soul Sunday with Oprah and Maya Angelou, who unfortunately passed away back in 2014. Wow, that seems like ages ago. And that woman had so much wisdom and shared so much wisdom in her books and on the Oprah show and throughout so many other venues in the time that she was on this earth, over 80 some years. And I have so many one-liners that I have stolen from her over the years that I've used in closing arguments or that I've shared with a judge during sentencing. And one of those is, when you know better, you do better. Another is, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. And now this is another lesson that I learned from her this weekend when I was watching Super Soul Sunday. Now, obviously, this was filmed long before she passed away. However, it was this line: "Thank you, and I know that there is something better." And when she brought this line up, she was talking about some of the hard times that she had gone through, and that God always puts a rainbow in the clouds. And I thought, wow, there have been some really hard times in her life, like getting pregnant when she was 16, and how her mother ultimately handled that with no judgment and always giving her a soft place to land, even when she moved away with this young child and wasn't able to make it on her own. You know, mom didn't ask any questions and had no judgment, allowed her to come home and welcomed her with open arms. And, you know, she always said, thank God, because there is something better. And it got me to thinking about my life. And when I was thinking about it, it's, you know, not the first response that I typically have when something negative happens to me. My typical first response is that I get mad, I get angry, I get frustrated. Why me? I want to blame someone else instead of thanking God and knowing that there was something better in store for me. And when clients come and first sit down and settle into the arena with me and the horses, I see this happen. I see them start to talk about what's troubling them now, what they're experiencing now in the present moment. And before you know it, something in the past, which has been troublesome, really starts to appear. And that's where the work is this troublesome past that needs to be healed. And once we're able to then complete this Gestalt process, the work, the rainbow in the clouds appears. And it starts a new path into something better, in a place where you can thank God, the universe, whatever higher power you believe in, and know that there is going to be something better. So my question for you is, how do you respond when something negative happens to you? Like I said, I know for me, it's very easy to go to anger, frustration, hurt, disappointment, blame. Are those some of the things that ring true for you? Are those some of the emotions, the feelings that come up for you when something negative happens? And then I thought, what if my first response could be, there is something better? How much more empowering would that response be versus coming from this place of negativity, frustration, fear, resentment, blame, all of those emotions that don't serve me? Well, as I've stated, this first 100 days is all about relearning some things in my life. And I'm really working on implementing some of these things that I've shared in these brand new episodes of Outlaw, and this is one of them. And it's easy for me to do this when I'm around my horses, when I'm at the barn, when I'm grounded, and when I'm centered. That muscle feels really strong. Yet, for some reason, when I leave the barn, that muscle immediately goes limp. It's like it didn't exist. It's like it wasn't even there, or I didn't even have the strength. And I'm working on being more relaxed and easygoing every day. And that muscle's getting stronger outside the barn, yet it's still a work in progress. And I believe I will be a work in progress until the day they put me in the ground. And it sometimes feels like all the things I wished and hoped and prayed for aren't here and didn't turn out the way I wanted them to turn out. And to be honest, I haven't met a whole lot of people whose life turned out the way they wanted. You know, when someone husband dies, you didn't get the job you wanted, you get fired, you lost a child, you didn't get pregnant. I don't think any of those are things that, you know, as a child, we dreamed were going to be part of our life. And yet, we somehow get through it. And I'm learning to say more on a daily basis, thank you, a whole lot more. Because for me, that feels so much more empowering and a place of gratitude and strength versus the other things that I talked about. And I know that there are lessons to learn and that there is something better. I ask you to share with me in the comments below some of the lessons that you wished that you had maybe said thank you to, or that you now, looking back in this year of 2020 hindsight vision, can say, I thank you for that. But for that, my life would not look the way it does now. Thanks for tuning into another episode of Outlaw. Thanks for tuning into another episode of Outlaw. There is life after litigation. If anything I said in this episode resonates with you, call for a free exploratory session to see how I can help you. My horses will give you instantaneous feedback, unlike traditional talk therapy.
You will shift your awareness into real time with the help of a horse. The horses are like lie detectors, flushing out limiting beliefs with a swish of their tail, a shift of their 1,200-pound body, or a simple unwillingness to move. Horses have a way of seeing into the window of our souls. Horses have been connected to humanity since the dawn of time. Their hearts can heal and mend our broken hearts. Simply standing in their presence can change our lives forever, putting the puzzle pieces back together and returning us to wholeness. Horses are restoring the parts of us that have been missing. You can call us at 970-682-4405 to set up your appointment today. Want to be inspired daily? See about our latest events or purchase a copy of my books? Go to our website at www.witherswhisper.com. That's www.witherswhisper.com. Or you can follow us on any social media venue at Withers Whisper. Until the next episode, listen to the whispers.